It's your boy.
How's it going, dudes? Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Today we'll be taking a look at set 4478, the Geonosian Fighter from 2003. This set contains 4 minifigures, 169 pieces, nice, and retailed for $20 back in the year of 2003. Without further ado, let's get into this review. And here's the set all built up. We got our minifigures, the fighter, and an additional side build that is the Geonosian turret, or cannon, if you want to call it that. First up, we'll take a look at the instructions. They're massive. This is a 169 piece set, and this book, look at the size of this book. If anyone knows a instruction booklet that's bigger than the box itself, please let me know. I am pretty curious. But if we open up the instructions, we can see it copies the box art from the front on the front cover. We open it up, we can see the minifigures being built there. We start off building the fighter, and then we leave off with the turret. The back of the book, there is no advertisements for any sets. Typically, I feel like with sets from this time period, they would do that, so maybe they made an exception with this one. But if we go to the back, we can see this one advertisement for Lego.com and LegoStarWars.com with Yoda playing Windows 98. The box has this amazing, iconic box art of the sets shooting out of some sort of ring/portal. A lot of my favorite sets from this time period share this box art, and they would continue to use it for, I think this might have been the last year that they actually they used this box art, I think, because in 2004 they ended up shifting over to the blue boxes. But on the box we do have the ages 7 to 12, set number, name of the set, piece count. We go towards the side of the box, you can see all the figures. And I love this design. I love when you have a bunch of the boxes from this time period. You can see all the minifigures on the side. The back of the box, you can see some alternate builds. We have this weird grasshopper looking thing and this flying machine with radar discs and feet. Let me know if you want me to build these alternate builds. They look absolutely hilarious. They also have this really cool battle scene put together with some of the sets from the time period, such as the ATTE and the gunship from the previous year. We have Jedi Bob, and I'm pretty sure on the channel we've seen sets with this picture before, but it looks like they added in the Geonosian Starfighter with some droidicas and even a blue super battle droid. And oddly enough, we have 2 pictures of a battle droid on the planet of Geonosis and a Geonosian with a little blaster. The first figure we'll take a look at is the Geonosian pilot. This is essentially the same as the Geonosian, I guess, warrior or soldier. Just doesn't have wings, nor does he have a blaster included with him. But we can see some really nice printing on his legs and the torso. We have that nice bronze-ish gold hue to him, along with some red accents. And you see a little bit of black to indicate that this is a skinnier figure. You can kind of see a ribcage pattern. If you look at the back of the figure, there is no printing, which is typical for this time period. The head mold is specially molded for the figure and definitely looks like a weird bug-looking alien dude. So props to Lego for this time period being able to pull that off. Overall, really nice figure. Let's move on to the next one. And here we have the Geonosian soldier. This is the exact same as the pilot, but in the set he has been given a blaster and a really cool wing piece. Now this figure, the price difference is essentially the first figure, the pilot, is going to go for around $10. This one's pushing $30 just because of that wing piece. Over time, they get damaged or they rip, so to have one still intact is pretty cool. And here we have the legendary Sand Red battle droid. From my knowledge, this is the only Sand Red minifigure to be made and produced in Sand Red from head to toe. This figure will run you anywhere from $20 to $30 in good condition. One thing to know about this figure is that it's also pretty fragile. Given it's a battle droid, most of the connections on him relate to clips and bars, and the clips are known for breaking and cracking, which is no bueno. Now we do get 2 of this figure in the set, and they both come with megaphone blasters and a 1x2 plate backpack on the back of them, which is also exclusive to the set. I'd also like to mention that this is one of my favorite figures from the year 2003. It just looks so nice. I think it looks way better than the dark orange Geonosian battle droids. I don't know why, but in the movie they do, in my opinion, look a lot like Sand Red, closer than dark orange. Now that we've taken a look at the box instructions and the minifigures, now it's about time we take a look at the actual set, the Geonosian Fighter itself. In my opinion, this set just looks amazing. I really like the printed pieces on the nose, up and down. The bubble turrets are also a nice addition because you can point them and aim them around, which is a really fun play feature in my opinion, along with the engine. Now the actual design of the Starfighter is actually pretty unique. It essentially goes around this Technic, I guess, brick core, and then you slap the bottom and top on with those Technic plates with pins on the bottoms of them. Now, because of this build style, it is a pretty fragile set. It was very easy to do. The set falls apart pretty easily if you play with it kind of rough, but if you're just swooshing it around, as long as you don't squeeze it too hard, you shouldn't run into any problems. Now, to go over some other play features, essentially, let's load up the Pilot Geonosian. So you're going to take your figure, and I guess you could move this flap down, which kind of look like stairs in my opinion. You essentially remove off this windscreen piece, which is just a round radar dish in trans clear. You could fold this down and pretend that he's climbing up. There is no stud connection in there, so you just kind of drop your minifigure in there like such. You might want to move the hands up so he fits in there better, but be careful with squeezing him in. You don't want to break the set. And then to load him back up, you just flip the panels in and then seal him off with the windscreen piece. Done. Now, in the set, you can kind of see him in there because there is a few gaps within the build, and you can kind of see his head poking up at that windscreen piece. The color scheme, in my opinion, looks amazing. I really like the dark orange and the brown, along with the tan and the dark gray. I think it blends together very, very, very well. And to this day, I believe this set still holds up against current sets in the LEGO Star Wars collection, even compared to the, I believe, the 2012 Geonosian Fighter? Correction, 2011 Geonosian Fighter. But I still think this set holds up, and it definitely pops out on the shelf compared to other Star Wars sets, given its unique color scheme. Overall, I really like the build, and I really, really like these printed pieces. But that's about it for the actual fighter. Now let's move on to the side build. Here is the Geonosian Canon side build. Also matching color scheme, a little less dark orange, more grays for a more military look, which I guess makes sense. This is a Canon. Most notably is the front of the Canon. We have this really nice 6x6 radar dish with a really cool print. Now, mine is a little scratched up on this copy of the set, but we have some wiring, some circle patterns, a little bit darker and lighter on this side. Overall, it just looks really cool. The Canon is fairly articulated. It has a few ratchet joints at the base of the neck, so that's pretty cool, and it does spin thanks to a 2x2 turntable plate. Now, we can take our Geonosian soldier, remove his blaster, and set it down, I guess, next to it so he doesn't lose it. Then we essentially just put his hands in a, turret holding position, and you put him on this tan plate right there. Then you have the levers with his hands, and then he's ready to shoot down some gunships. All in all, I absolutely adore this set so much, I have 2 copies of it with box and instructions. I think the playability and the play features still hold up to today's standards, although there's no flying projectiles, but who cares about those anyway. Great figure selection, great for army building and really expanding your separatist army. Although the color scheme of the ship and the cannon are a little outdated in terms of color, and I feel like the tan doesn't match super well, but those are easy interchangeable pieces, and personally I think I like the contrast, and it adds a nice pop of color. And given that this is a 20-year-old set, I feel like the builds still hold up compared to modern Star Wars sets, in my opinion. Now, if you're looking to add this set to your collection nowadays, you'll be paying anywhere from $100 to $200 on a complete version of the set. But if you're looking just for the vehicles, you can probably get them for around $30 to $40. When it comes to the value in this set, half of it I'm pretty sure goes to the minifigures, which is typical for Star Wars sets these days. Overall, I give this set a 7 out of 10, and I highly recommend trying to find one to add it to your collection, especially if you love the Battle of Geonosis like me. That's going to be it for this review. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Like this video, and be sure to comment something about the set, and let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Take care. Have a great day. Peace.